Do you know what the worst things to spend your money on are? You may be surprised to realize that some of the most common purchases can actually be the biggest drains on your wallet. Today we're going to delve into the world of smart financial choices and highlight 4 of the most notorious culprits that could be wreaking havoc on your financial health. We'll be taking a closer look at the pitfalls of spending big on depreciating assets like brand new cars. Then we'll explore the hidden costs of overpriced dining out experiences that can add up quicker than you might think. We'll also shed light on the less than lucrative world of lottery tickets. And lastly, we'll examine the often overlooked financial drain of unnecessary insurance. Each of these seemingly harmless expenses can undermine your financial stability and hinder your journey towards long-term wealth building. So, how can we avoid these common spending traps and make more informed decisions? Stay tuned to discover why these 4 things can drain your wallet and what you can do instead. First up on our list is new cars. Now, who doesn't love that new car smell, the shiny exterior, and the cutting-edge features? But here's the catch. This allure can be a colossal money pit. Let's break it down. The moment you drive a brand new car off the dealership lot, it loses a staggering amount of its value. That's right. A brand new car will depreciate by as much as 20% in its first year alone. And it doesn't stop there. Over the next 5 years, that car can lose up to 60% of its value. That's a hefty price to pay for the privilege of being the first owner. So what are you really buying with a new car? Essentially, you're paying a premium for the novelty of it. Think about it. Is that new car smell really worth thousands of dollars? Is the latest model with a few more bells and whistles that much better than last year's model? Often the answer is no. Now, this doesn't mean you should give up on owning a car altogether. After all, for many of us, a car is a necessity. But there is a smarter way to go about it. Instead of buying new, consider buying a used car. A used car, especially one that's just a few years old, can provide just as much utility as a new one. It can get you from point A to point B, often with many of the same features as a new car, but at a fraction of the cost. And the best part? Someone else has already taken the hit on the depreciation. So the next time you're in the market for a car, think twice before being dazzled by the shiny new models. A slightly used car can be just as good, if not better, for your wallet. Remember, the value of a new car drops significantly the moment you drive it off the lot. Instead, consider a used car, which can provide just as much utility at a fraction of the cost. Next on our list is overpriced dining out. Let's paint a picture, shall we? You've had a long day at work. Cooking seems like a chore, and the allure of a restaurant meal is just too tempting. You're not alone. Many of us find ourselves in this predicament more often than we'd like to admit. But have you ever stopped to consider the cost implications of regularly dining out, especially at high-end restaurants? Let's break it down. The average person dines out 4 times a week. If each meal costs, let's say, $30, that's $120 a week. Multiply that by 4, and you're looking at almost $500 a month. That's a staggering $6,000 a year. Now imagine if that money was used to pay off a debt, start a rainy day fund, or even invest. The difference is monumental. Now, this is not to say that you should never treat yourself to a nice meal out, but moderation is key. One way to cut down the cost is by choosing more affordable dining options. There are plenty of delicious, budget-friendly restaurants out there that won't break the bank. Don't be afraid to explore them. Another alternative is cooking at home. Not only is this a more economical option, but it also has other benefits. You have complete control over what goes into your meals, making it easier to maintain a healthy diet. Plus, cooking can be a fun and rewarding experience. You can even invite friends over for a home-cooked meal, turning it into a social event. While dining out can be a fun luxury, it's important to remember that it can quickly add up. Opt for more budget-friendly options or cook at home to save money. Your wallet and your waistline will thank you. Third on our list is lottery tickets. Now let's talk about the allure of these small, seemingly harmless slips of paper. They promise you the world, all for the price of a cup of coffee. But let's take a step back and look at the harsh reality of this gamble. To start, the chances of winning the lottery are astronomically low. You're more likely to be struck by lightning, twice, than to hit that jackpot. Every time you buy a lottery ticket, you're essentially throwing money into a pit with little to no return. Sure, there's the thrill of the what if, but statistically speaking, the outcome is almost always a loss. Let's consider the financial implications of this habit. Say, for instance, you buy 5 lottery tickets a week. That's about $20 a month or $240 a year. Over a decade, that's a whopping $2,400. And remember, that's money spent with almost zero chance of a return. Now imagine if you took that same money and put it into a savings account or invested it instead. Even with modest interest rates or returns over time, your money would grow rather than disappear. It's a guaranteed return, opposed to a near-guaranteed loss. In essence, buying lottery tickets is a gamble with poor odds, and the price you pay isn't just the ticket cost. It's the lost opportunity to save or invest that money for your future. So, before you hand over your hard-earned cash for that next lottery ticket, pause and consider the real cost. The odds of winning the lottery are extremely low. Instead of spending on lottery tickets, consider saving or investing that money for a guaranteed return. Finally, we have unnecessary insurance. Now, insurance is a tricky thing. It's like an umbrella for a rainy day. It's there when you need it, offering protection from the unexpected. But here's the catch. Not all insurances are created equal, and some, well, they're just not necessary. Take extended warranties, for instance. They're often marketed as a way to protect your purchase, a safety net if things go wrong. But more often than not, they're simply an unseen drain on your finances. Why? Because in most cases, the cost of repairs or replacement doesn't justify the price of the warranty. Plus, items often break down after the warranty period or not at all. So what's the alternative? Well, it's all about making informed decisions. When considering an insurance purchase, first evaluate its necessity. Do you really need that extended warranty for your new toaster? Or would it be wiser to set aside a small emergency fund for such unforeseen expenses? Consider the value the insurance provides. Is the peace of mind worth the extra cost? Or are you better off investing that money elsewhere? These are the questions you need to ask yourself before making a decision. Remember, insurance should provide real value, not just a false sense of security. And this isn't just about extended warranties. It applies to all forms of insurance, from car and health to travel and home. Be savvy. Do your research. Understand what you're buying and why you're buying it. Insurance can be a great safety net, but unnecessary insurance can drain your wallet. Always evaluate the necessity and value of each insurance purchase. By doing so, you can ensure that your money is working for you, not against you. And that, my friends, is the key to financial health and long-term wealth building. Scene script. So, what have we learned today? We've taken a deep dive into the 4 worst things to spend money on and their alternatives. First, we've seen how new cars can quickly turn into money pits, depreciating the moment they leave the lot. Instead, consider buying used cars, which can provide the same value without the hefty price tag. Next, we explored the high cost of dining out. While it's a delightful experience, it can eat into your budget faster than you'd think. Mindful spending on dining out can help you save without sacrificing your culinary adventures. We've also unmasked the gamble with little return, lottery tickets. Rather than spending on lottery tickets, redirecting that money into savings or investments can yield a much greater return in the long run. Lastly, we unveiled an unseen drain on your finances: unnecessary insurance, particularly extended warranties. Instead of automatically opting for these, evaluating their necessity can save you a tidy sum. By avoiding these common spending pitfalls, you can make smarter financial choices and work towards long-term wealth building. Remember, your money is a tool. Use it wisely,